Alright, so I understand that people don't like to use the word fat to describe others, but this is my way of provoking myself into action, so we're going to start with that. This video is basically me publicly calling myself out so that I start taking action on a serious issue, which is that I am too big. I have too much excess fat on my body. I want to start off by saying that I think I'm a good fencer, but a terrible athlete. What I mean by that is after fencing for so long, I know how to fight, I know how to fence, and I know how the game works. I know how to strategize, but my issues lie somewhere else. I'm not saying I'm the best by any means, but what I'm saying is that I know that my strengths lie in my mental capacities, but they're not being matched by my physical ones. I have been a bad athlete because though I know what I have to do in training, without a coach pushing me, I won't go that extra mile or I won't do what I have to do, and that's a problem. You can add to the fact that I'm a bad athlete because my goals have always been more than fencing being a hobby, yet I've been overweight the whole time. Athletes sacrifice and push themselves to the limits and beyond, both physically and mentally, and I've only done the mental part. I sacrificed minimally, and though I don't regret it because I have amazing friends and experiences outside of fencing, it still makes me a poor athlete because my body definitely needed more attention than I gave it to get to an athletic level. My general point here is that I am a fencer who has relied on his natural innate strengths rather than push himself physically to get to the next level, and that's an issue. The fact that I always said that I wanted to go to the Olympics and yet my training does not reflect that at all is a huge issue, and it still irks me to this day. Even though I do have a good life outside of fencing, I still have that desire, but I'm not doing anything to add to it. So the main point of this video is to call myself out publicly and call myself a fat fencer so that I can step up to the plate and do something about it. The main issue I think I have right now is that I love myself too much, and that's not in a narcissistic way. It's more in the way that I will do things that will make me happy because I feel like I deserve to be happy. Why nobody doesn't deserve to be happy. The unfortunate part is that what makes me happy is shitty food and not pushing myself too hard unless there's an external force. So for example, if I'm in a fight with someone, if I'm in a fencing match, I will go all the way. I will push past pain. I will make sure that I win. Like I will go the distance. But if I'm training footwork and there isn't a coach yelling at me, it's very rare that I'm going to push myself beyond what I think I can do or what I think I'm comfortable doing. I very much follow the path of least resistance, which is good for fighting. You want a clear shot to get your win, but it's super bad for training because resistance is how you get better in all ways. On the flip side, though, luckily, I like it when an external force is forcing me to do something. I like a coach who's aggressive and makes me do the actions I have to do and pushes me. I respond well to external forces. I like a challenge. When it's all me on my own, I'll do what I want. And that's a problem. That's a problem. I also can't rely on external forces to push me, so I really have to change how I approach improvement on my training and on myself in general. So the main point is that I'm not good at making myself work, so I have to emotionally charge myself into action because without being harsh with myself, I do not notice how overweight I am. I don't know why. I have blinders on. It's only when I in certain scenarios where it becomes apparent, like in fencing training or like a beach day or something like that, when it's right in my face. I have goals of getting on Team Canada and then the Olympics, but right now my body is the limiting factor that I need to change. I've been fencing for 18 years and I'm at the world stage, or at the World Cups, at the highest level of competition, but I go in, I get spanked and chucked out because my body can't keep up. I've tried to be nice to myself while improving, thinking it would be mentally safer to just take it easy and just slowly improve. But I think I need tough love internally for me to actually take action because being nice doesn't work on me apparently. I can make the best openings, I can make the best traps for people to fall in my game, but I can't capitalize on them right now with the body that I have. The amount of times that I've made the perfect scenario for myself in a match for a point and then went for the attack, but my body just completely crumbled on me is too far to know. Like the amount of times that I've gone for the attack and they're looking at me and they're like, oh crap, I got caught. But because of my physical limitation, but I come up short is super frustrating. So basically my body can't act on what my mind creates, and that's a problem. And now I'm going to call myself Fat Fencer. And with that self-imposed title, I'm going to be posting status updates of my weight here on the channel. So I have a mix of internal and external forces getting me to move. I really want to change my weight issue, my excess fat weight issue. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. Also, I know I've been smiling this whole time, but it actually really does piss me off. So I am going to act on it and make a change. And I hope you're there to watch.